Hi Early On families, thanks for joining me for another Backyard Boredom Buster. The summer weather is definitely here. The temperatures are getting hot. So I thought it would be great if we got outside and we did some water play. So I've set up 5 different activities for us to play with, and the best thing about them is they're super easy to set up, super easy to clean up, and you can find all of the things you need for it at home or in your own backyard. Let's get started with the first activity. We're going to start with our first activity as a fun water sponge toss. So for this, you're going to start by making a chalk drawing of a target down on the sidewalk or on your driveway, and then you're going to step back with a bucket of water and some sponges. Now for our younger children at home, we're going to stand pretty close, or we might even stand right beside it and just drop our sponges into the target. But for our older children, you may want to step back further and make the distance longer to see how well your aim is. Now, if you have more than one person playing, you could even draw some points on your target, and then that way you could create a game to see who can add up the most points just by tossing your wet sponges. For our next activity, we're going to move to a water transfer station. So for this activity, we just need a bucket of water and lots of different objects that we can transfer water with. So you can see we have some cups and some bowls, some measuring cups, a few spoons. This is going to challenge your hand-eye coordination. Can you fill up different buckets using the other objects that you have? Next, we'll move on to a toy washing station. So for this, you need a container of dirt and some of your favorite toys that are okay to get dirty and wet. And then you also need a bucket with soapy warm water. We have a sponge and a dishcloth and an old toothbrush. So we're gonna start by playing with all of our toys in the dirt. We're gonna have lots of fun, so maybe you might be using cars or trucks and driving them around in the dirt. And then it's time to put them in the soapy water and give them all a bath. We can practice our scrubbing skills, see what happens when we add the water and the bubbles. We can lay them all out on the grass to dry. And then we could start over again. Put them back in the dirt, have more fun playing, and then continue bathing them. All right, let's move on to the next one. Our next activity is a simple game of what sinks and what floats. So for this, you just need a bucket of water and then lots of different objects that you've collected either inside or outside. And for this, you can make predictions on what you think might happen. So you can predict, is this fork heavy enough that it will sink or it will float? I think that it's pretty heavy and it's probably going to sink. Next, we have a toy dinosaur. He's also pretty heavy. I think he's going to sink. Oh, he floats. All right, what do we have next? A leaf. I think the leaf is definitely going to float. Oh, I was right on that one. Oh, that one sunk. A coin. I wonder if we drop the coin on the leaf, if it would be heavy enough to make the leaf sink. No, it's not heavy enough. They're both still floating. I wonder if we used a rock, if it would be heavy enough. Oh, it definitely is heavy enough to make the leaf sink. So this is a great way that you can have conversations with your little ones on making your predictions on what will sink and what will float. And then the last activity that we have is great for our really young children at home. So for this, you're basically just going to give them a container of water, add some of their favorite toys. You can see we've added some ice cubes. That allows for them to feel different temperatures, different textures of the water. This is great for your little ones that are not mobile, so they're in one spot. You can just sit them down in the grass and let them enjoy some water time. They can splash, play with their toys, play with the ice cubes. Thanks for joining me this week for Backyard Boredom Busters. We had lots of fun playing outside with water. I showed you 5 different activities that are easy to set up, easy to clean up, and you probably already have everything you need right at home. So gather your stuff, head outside, and start having some fun. Join us again next week for another Backyard Boredom Buster. Until then, take care everyone. Bye.